Thank you, Madam Chair and honorable committee members. My name is Reverend Scott Moore. I am the director of the Center for Missional Excellence for the Texas Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. I do have copies of my written testimony. I apologize, I did not have them to you before the hearing today, but I'll be glad to provide you copies of these. On behalf of our Episcopal leader, Bishop Scott Jones, and the people of the Texas Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church, I'd like to thank you all for taking your time out of your busy schedules to hold this hearing. The welfare and well-being of the most vulnerable amongst us is, always has been, and always will be the highest priority for the United Methodist Church. Our heritage is one of justice and mercy, and it is upon that foundation that we base all of our ministries, particularly disaster response. We have a long tradition of providing rapid disaster relief to anyone who needs it. The connectional nature of our churches allows for a coordinated, unified, and multifaceted approach to disaster response that is the model for many other denominations. In partnership with the United Methodist Committee on Relief, also known as UMCOR, which oversees all disaster response operations for our denomination worldwide, we are known as being the first in and the last out. UMCOR and the Texas Annual Conference are frequently asked to provide training for other partners, both ecclesial and secular, in areas such as early response, volunteer management, site assessment, and case management. The Texas Annual Conference is comprised of approximately 680 United Methodist churches in a 58-county region spanning from Texarkana to Matagorda. And I would note that in that 58-county region, 20 of our counties were included in the Presidential Disaster Declaration. Following Hurricanes Katrina and Rita in 2005 and Hurricanes Gustav and Ike in 2008, the Texas Annual Conference began augmenting its already strong disaster ministries. Using funds gathered over several years from private donations, in 2015, we began construction of a disaster response facility, now known simply as the Texas Conference Mission Center in Conroe on the north side of the Houston metro area. Completed in February of 2017, the Mission Center provides office space for one full-time disaster response person as well as supplemental personnel, and workspace for any partner agency that requests it during an emergency. We have 8,000 square feet of warehouse space to receive, sort, store, and ship disaster relief supplies anywhere they may be needed. From this location, we can deploy one of 9 fully stocked tool trailers along with work teams to assist in early relief. We also maintain a stock of relief supply kits which are donated from churches, schools, civic organizations, and individuals across Texas. In partnership with UMCOR's main facility in Baldwin, Louisiana, we share inventory with 8 other similar facilities throughout the country and help the United Methodist Church respond to natural disasters anywhere in the world. Between August 25th and October 1st, 2017, our Mission Center in Conroe deployed over 12,600 cleaning kits, over 3,600 hygiene kits, and over 500 school kits to communities devastated by Hurricane Harvey. These kits were deployed to any organization, regardless of affiliation, which requested them. Obviously, United Methodist churches were a huge part of that distribution. However, we deployed cleaning kits and hygiene kits through the Tzu Chi Taiwanese Buddhist Foundation, Texas Children's Hospital in the Medical Center, and to school children in Fort Bend Independent School District. Donations of these kits and for the individual supplies contained within came from as far away as North Carolina. Churches of all denominations, school districts such as Comal ISD and New Braunfels, the Boy Scouts of America, and individuals from all over the state donated supplies. The cities of Hamlin, Anson, Stamford, Haskell, Hawley, Abilene, Throckmorton, Miles, and Funston in West Texas collected over 20 pallets of water in just 2 days, which they shipped to our facility in Conroe. This was only possible because of the reputation for stewardship and rapid response of the United Methodist Church. The day after we received that load of water, we worked with Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Conroe, the Boy Scouts of America, the Montgomery County Precinct 4 Justice of the Peace, and the United States Army Reserve Aviation Unit at the Conroe Airport to fly 14 pallets of that water into Beaumont when their municipal water system failed during intense flooding. Once again, our long-standing partnerships across denominational, secular, and government lines made that possible.
That's really incredible.
Thank you.
Just an incredible effort. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And I did not know about your warehouse.
We only opened the beginning of last year.
Disaster. I mean, gosh.
We were just barely on our feet when this one hit us, so. Immediately after Harvey made landfall, members of our local churches, in concert with our conference disaster ministries, went to work in their local neighborhoods. Our churches served as evacuation shelters, sometimes in cooperation with American Red Cross and sometimes on their own. They served as housing sites for volunteer teams and points of distribution for the supplies that poured in from private donations. The churches of the Texas Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church to date have cleaned out over 6,000 flooded homes. We have logged over 300,000 volunteer hours and have deployed over 16,000 disaster relief kits. We've now entered into our long-term recovery operations. Utilizing funds from UMCOR, we've hired 21 full-time and 3 part-time employees to staff 3 regional recovery offices, one in Houston, one in Lake Jackson, and one in Beaumont. These funds from UMCOR also fund our rebuilding efforts. And that's really the bread and butter of our operations, like so many of our partners, is case management and construction and rebuilding. Those are our 2 high points. We receive financial assistance from the Greater Houston Community Foundation, Rotary International, and private donations made directly to our conference. But to date, we have not received any government funds, state or federal. Our focus is long-term recovery is on case management and rebuilding. We have over 400 clients with whom we're working on recovery plans and home repairs. The Texas Annual Conference is working in partnership with Sci-Hope, a community assistance organization in Northwest Harris County, as well as several other community-based assistance groups to maximize the effectiveness of all of our recovery efforts. We're actively engaged with 7 long-term recovery groups throughout coastal Southeast Texas and are coordinating our efforts with those organizations. We are projecting funding and we are budgeting for a minimum of 3 years of long-term recovery efforts, though we know that's probably going to grow into 5 or 6. Our services are available to anyone who needs assistance. We do not differentiate on the basis of religious preference or any other demographic factor. Our one and only requirement is that the client need assistance that they cannot or is not being provided through some other means. We focus our efforts on the most vulnerable populations: elderly, low income, ill or infirm, single working parents, widows or widowers, and parents and caregivers of disabled or special needs family members. We're encountering clients who are still living in mold-infested homes, who have chronic medical needs that are not being met, and who have either received no or insufficient assistance from government agencies. It's these most vulnerable amongst us to whom we are honored to serve. The Texas Annual Conference prides itself on its robust disaster ministries and its ability to help those who have no other means of assistance, and we truly strive to be the first in and the last out.
Thank you. Members have any questions? Thank you.